Welcome, my beautiful Capricorns. This is your reading for October 2023. This is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those of you intuitively guided, thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Just means your spirit guides probably have a message for you. That's how I read. I just use the cards as like a tool to ignite my intuition. You may be in love with a Capricorn. I know that. I'm in love with my granddaughter, who is December 26th. Um, yeah. And I just feel like she has just got the best personality in the world. So I truly love Capricorns, not just because of her, but I read for a lot of Capricorns also. I do want to put a really quick message out. I was going to do a reading on Saturday, go live on Saturday for my members. But I decided because so many of you have helped me purchase this new computer. For those of you who don't know, I had a computer crash. I had no way of buying a new one. I was devastated. And you guys came through with your donations and helped me purchase this computer. So I'm so, so grateful. And not all were members. So I thought, you know what, let's go live for all the subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber and you want to go live, and this is where I just answer all of your questions, make sure you subscribe, but also make sure you hit that bell so you'll get a notification of when I go live and, that you can click on that link. Yeah, so I thought, you all deserve it. So I'm going to go live. I was going to do it yesterday, but then Sam had a doctor's appointment, so that negated that. So I think what we'll do is maybe go midweek next week. Again, if you're interested in that, just subscribe, hit that bell so you get the notification. But other than that, I thank you, thank you, I thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get into your reading, guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring the lid down a little bit. And we're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary, of course, for our words of wisdom. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. And I'm going to use the King of Pentacles. Hello. So this could be you. Another Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. He didn't want to come up with the rest. So he'll probably come out in a reading for some reason, but we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams for your main spread. I am going to try something. I want to bring this program I have. Here we go. That puts a light around this. I noticed my computer was going light and dark, so I hope that doesn't happen. If it does, we'll get rid of it. So anyways, let's go ahead and begin, guys. I'm going to start with Mother Mary. Let's give it a couple shuffles. Couple shuffles. And by the way, I'll give you notification. I'll try to do like at least 2 days before I go live. Again, I planned on doing it on Saturday, completely forgetting that he just went through surgery last week, and he had some appointments. He had one yesterday and another one coming up, so I'm working around that. All right. Just going to relax my mind. And let's begin. All right. Mercy. Interesting. Sagittarius just got mercy. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I often feel when this comes up as a reminder to be kind towards yourself also. We'll read that from the book at the end. That's where it's just most profound. Let's go ahead now and bring in your main spread. This is again the Tarot of Dreams. Give it a couple shuffles. Give it a cut. And let's begin. I'm going to shuffle for your cards. So October, but I do want to remind you that, time is fluid. Sometimes you run across a reading that it could be years old and you don't even know it. And you click on it and watch it and you're like, okay, well, that's me. Understand that, your guides will guide you. That's what they're here for. It's like we got all of our cards at once. Let's see. All right. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. This is an unexpected couple fulfillment. Again, unexpected, but promised. I feel like every knight is going to complete their mission. Sent by the queen or the king. Maybe that's why we saw the king. We have the Three of Pentacles. Some of you could be someone like coming out with their feelings. You may work with them, or you may find that they're in a similar position or profession as you are. Three of Pentacles is a reminder of your uniqueness in this world. It's like you are the missing piece of the puzzle. I feel in the Three of Pentacles, this is where many of us are just really kind of getting lost in our craft, but other people are admiring what it is that we do, even if we don't notice it. I feel like in the Three of Pentacles, many times I don't even notice it. I'm just busy doing my thing. Well, I feel like somebody else is noticing it. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. So the Ace of Pentacles means that something is coming into your physical world. And to me, it's meant to enhance it now. This can talk about finances, talk about an opportunity. Right now, it is mirroring the Knight of Cups. So it may be just some type of fulfillment that, listen, it can be even like you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. It is harvest time. Hello. And then you're saying yes. Two of Wands. To me, the Two of Wands signifies a new path. And first of all, I feel like it is you saying yes to something. This is an action-oriented type of energy. It's passionate, something that you would be passionate for. It's something that must be luring you on this path. Two of Wands is mirroring now the Knight of Cups, that unexpected couple fulfillment. So definitely, I feel like you're saying yes. It's interesting because not only is the Knight of Cups, it's unexpected, but the Ace of Pentacles tells me it's something that is coming into your physical world. Let's keep going. Well, hello, Ace of Swords. So you may hear from someone out of the blue. Someone may communicate their feelings towards you. Maybe you didn't expect it. Again, because I feel like for some of you, you're just lost in your craft, and that's a good thing because I feel like when you like allow your creative self to, really open up, I feel like the rest of your life opens up also. But this feels like some type of communication. We have the Queen of Wands. This can be an Aries, or an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. Can be you. This would be a queen of action. This is a queen that's very intuitive. She's a seed planter. And, she does expect a harvest in the fall. She does expect to see the fruits of her labor. Coming right under that, Three of Pentacles. Well, hello, King of Cups. So we have the King and the Queen. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Again, doesn't have to be. For those of you who are new, welcome, first of all. But understand that when I read, I may read a little differently than other people. I definitely say the sign, But beyond that, I'm just thinking of the energy of the sign. So, first of all, this person has a cup right beside him. This may be the person who is in this Knight of Cups. This to me, the King of Cups in the upright is someone who definitely appreciates relationship, appreciates love in the upright. And also, I feel like is someone who can easily express their emotions. And I do feel like someone is going to express their emotions. Like they're going to express, listen, it doesn't have to be love. It could just mean that some type of opportunity is coming in, but it's because you're being noticed. It's like recognition and rewards. And then the Ace of Pentacles shows, well, there's the reward. We have the moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. You know, the moon can certainly talk about, first of all, I can talk about very dreamy type of energy. So this could be like a dream come true. Let go of like how it must show and exactly what it must look like, and instead just trust in the energy. It can talk about uncertainty, but it's only uncertain because I can only see what's right in front of me with the moon, right? Can be something like some of you may be at home. I don't know why I'm getting this all of a sudden, but like I'm at home and it's in the evening and maybe I'm just watching TV and then my phone rings and it's communication from someone who definitely wants to express their feelings towards me. When I say me, I mean you. Hello, Six of Cups. So this could be someone that you already know. For some of you, I feel like it could be someone you work with. Six of Cups talks about happy, treasured memories. Can be again someone that you used to know, someone you knew. If you just look at the image, they're children. Now, it doesn't have to mean that, I knew this person as a child. This could be someone who helps bring out your inner child, helps you become more playful. And then we have the Queen of Swords coming under the Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like some of you may have a platform where you use your voice, and you use your voice, but it's because of, well, your wisdom. I also want to, what I'm seeing with this queen is, she's got a mask on, but her eyes are wide open. Okay, well, let's keep going. This king is carrying the energy of that Ace of Pentacles. Oh, so again, it is something that wants to come into your physical world. And I do feel like, it's up to you whether you say yes or no, but the Two of Wands next to it definitely makes me feel like you say yes, even if you're not sure. Like, I don't know where this is going to go, but it is about taking a chance. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to know, or let me put it this way. Sometimes it's about well, it's always about the journey and, not trying to control what the destination must be, because maybe it's different for different people. Look at this, though, the wheel, destiny. Wow. To me, because the wheel was showing up, because I think of us as spiritual beings having human experiences. And when I see the wheel, I often feel like, and especially the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like our souls planted certain seeds that, we wanted to experience in this lifetime. And I feel like this is saying one of these seeds, they're coming up, right? They're starting to blossom. And it just feels like it's the right time. Two aces already. Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Cups. Well, this is inner harmony. This is, whatever these aces are for you, ultimately it's bringing you to a place of joy. And I find it interesting that the Nine of Cups is mirroring the Six of Cups. First of all, I do feel like this is singular energy, but I get a feeling it's not going to stay that way. And again, this can be opportunity. Don't get me wrong. It can be like, a promotion or an opportunity to begin something or like something that allows you to finally take that platform that I feel like you're ready for. But I also feel like someone is also expressing their feelings. Again, maybe you didn't know it, but you're going to know it when the Ace of Swords comes out, I feel like first and foremost, it is talking about truth. It is the energy of communication also. And it's coming in between the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, being mirrored by the Nine of Cups. I mean, look at the four corners, the Knight of Cups, an unexpected cup of fulfillment. What am I going to do with that? Well, the Two of Wands tells me that it's something that's passionate. It's something that I feel like you're going to want to take a chance in, especially with the Ace of Pentacles right beside it. And then the Nine of Cups, that inner fulfillment, it's something that is definitely going to bring me joy. And then the Six of Cups, I just feel like, again, someone's going to reach out that you know, maybe I have wished for, or sometimes maybe I just forgot about that person, and then all of a sudden my phone rings. Listen, that's my life. That's how Sam and I got together. And that was after 40 years of, not being together, living our own separate lives. And now we live together. Many of you already know that. All right. Well, we have the Ace of Wands. Look at that. Another ace. And the ace didn't want to come up, so I wanted to show us the Fool. So the Fool is about taking a chance. It is about taking a leap of faith. It's like trust in the universe, trust in yourself. You have control of where things go. And if you don't like where things go, you can always stop them, right? Like, understand you have that power. The Ace of Wands makes me feel like this is passion. Um, I feel like, I don't know why I only feel like this with this ace, but I feel like I have to reach out and take this ace. Some of you, I have a feeling that you're feeling someone, or you're feeling that there's about to be change, and I feel you're excited about it. Maybe even a little fearful, but in a good way. Like I don't want to say anxiety. I feel like more like adrenaline. Like, oh, I can just feel something's about to happen. I can feel it. Okay. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's go deeper. Give it a couple shuffles. And I also feel like when I do a personal reading, I feel like you're all people, unless I feel it differently. Like, I do feel like this king is someone outside of yourself, but I do feel like you're both these queens, whether male or female. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. And the Nine of Cups is really finding that inner harmony, like starting to love your life again. There's something that's changing that is just bringing you to a place of joy. Um, and I feel like the Queen of Swords is talking about communication, like almost like here I am about to have a conversation with someone. And I do feel like they're going to express some type of, you know, emotion, let's say. And again, it puts the ball in your court as always. You decide, but everything feels very passionate. It feels very action oriented. Something may start through communication, but ultimately it's coming like into your physical world. That means it's something you can touch, It may be like on the phone at first, and then we set up a date. The wheel tells me it's something that's just meant to happen. Again, it is your soul seat of attention, probably two people's, like two people before you came down into this lifetime said, hey, how about, around this time we get together? Like you reach out to me. And then you're born with amnesia, so you don't remember any of that. Okay. I'm excited to like really go deep here. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. We have the Queen of Wands again. Queen of Wands now right over the Three of Pentacles and right below the Three of Pentacles. Um, I feel like for some of you, what you may do for a living is in some way, I feel like you're helping people. Maybe you're helping the underdog. Maybe like some of you are an attorney. You're helping others to defend off, you know, um, attacks in some way. The Seven of Swords speaks about standing your ground, but I'm not feeling it in that way. I'm feeling it more like what it is you do for a living. So I feel like if anything, I'm helping other people stand their ground. Why? Because I've been there, done that. Again, the Queen of Wands, action oriented, double fire on the board. It's like three sisters. That's I don't know why I'm picking that up. I definitely feel like I definitely feel like you're being recognized for the work that you do. Whether it be small or large. Listen, whether it only be one person or it be the world. I feel like, and why? Because again, you're living your soul seed of intention. And when that happens, it just feels good. Now, it doesn't mean all seeds are meant to be loving and easy. No, some seeds are meant to be difficult to challenge ourselves. Again, if we think that we're a spiritual being or remember that we're a spiritual being having human experiences, it's because our soul came here to learn and to expand, not just in love, but in all areas. We have the Page of Wands over the Ace of Pentacles. Page could certainly be the younger energy of this queen. The king remembering someone of a younger time, of a day gone by. I often call the Page of Wands my fool. This is someone who I feel like in their lifetime, and again, forget about the sign. because you may have, fire somewhere in your chart. And that's why you want to be open to, like, yes, I can be the Queen of Wands, even though I'm a Capricorn. But anyways, to me, the Page of Wands is someone, who may have fallen a few times, but really what they're learning is how to get back up again, right? How to keep going. Very little will hold this page back. And again, I feel like what's ever coming towards you, in some way, I feel like you must feel it because I'm feeling it. Like if I was you, I'm feeling like, something's going to happen. I'm just not sure what yet. Look at that, all wands on the top there. A lot of passion, a lot of action. Oh my gosh. We have the Four of Wands. So all of the clarifiers so far are wands. This is the marriage card. Now, of course, someone may come in and literally ask you, will you marry me? But beside that, it's the commitment card. I feel like I love the Four of Wands because I feel like everyone in that energy, they want to be in that energy. There's no doubt in my mind that I want to be in that energy. Again, it may start with something completely unexpected, but all of it just feels kind of meant to be. And then look at this, the soulmates, right over the Ace of Swords. So soulmate is reaching out to you. Now, it could be the other way around. You could be reaching out to a soulmate. And, if there is someone you want to reach out to, I say take a chance. If you get denied, well, at least you know. Like, I'd rather know that someone doesn't want to be with me than wonder and wait and that type of thing. But I don't feel like there's wondering and waiting here because, again, the Knight of Cups opening up your reading is talking about, again, unexpected. But it is a soulmate. Look what they're looking eye to eye. Eye to eye. They see each other's soul. They can feel each other's soul. Even if I don't know that you're my soulmate, there's something different. It feels different. It feels good. What a passionate reading so far. Six of Wands, right? Six of Wands. Energy of victory. Being victorious. And again, I've been feeling this a lot for October, where a lot of you are finding like these platforms, your own platform. Even if you work for a company, it's like you're head and shoulders above the rest. Doesn't mean you're better. Well, maybe. I don't mean in an egotistical way. But this is the energy where others are looking up to you. Why? Because of actions that you've taken. They're admiring you because of actual actions that you've taken. So much fire in an earth reading. The hangman kind of slows it down a second. So the hangman, first of all, he's what's the word I want to use? I can't think of the word. Like his body is, what I'm thinking was like a flower, when you put a flower or a plant outside and the plant starts to bloom, the flowers go towards the sun. I feel like that's what Hangman's doing, but the Hangman is going towards the moon. So, you know, this could be just a second, a pause, like, oh my, I didn't know. I didn't expect this. What do I do? What do I do? Because that's what the hangman's doing. The hangman's seeking wisdom, the wisdom on their next steps. And it can be because I don't know how it's going to turn out, right? But because there's so much passion, and not just passion, but you have a lot of cups, also a lot of emotions, but they're all, every one of them right now is of the light, let's just say. So I don't have a problem with the hangman coming out. Like, okay, maybe I've been working and building and, I got this platform now, and then boom, someone reaches out and, expresses the way they feel. And it's like, I take a second, even though the Two of Wands is here, and the Two of Wands is like, I hate to say, the Two of Wands is not a fear-based energy. It's like, I'm going to follow what what yeah, I'm gonna follow that fire in my belly. But it doesn't mean I have to move quickly. This may just mean slow down, you move too fast. Don't you want the night to last? We have the Ten of Swords. Okay, this is really the first difficult card, let's say, that's come out. Now, it makes sense. For some of you, again, I feel like, I've been working on my career. I've been building myself up, building up my platform. I'm starting to find success for myself. And then, boom, my telephone rings and someone reaches out, maybe from my past, or someone who's just kind of been watching what you've been doing and admiring you. And I don't mean that in a creepy way. I mean in it like admiration. Um, but so the hangman makes sense now, right? Because it's like the last thing I want is swords in my back. This tells me the chances are you've been in a relationship or you've been in a situation where you did have a lot of daggers. It could have been your whole life, it could have been your childhood, because that's what's following it. And, coming over the moon again can be uncertainty. So I feel like I'm not worried about that. Um, but I do feel like, that's why the hangman is here. Because everything seems so loving and really quite abundant. And then the Ten of Swords. So, Ten of Swords, I feel like it is the energy of a repeat pattern. So, I hope and I feel like many of you, it's like I've been working on myself. Well, what does that mean? I've been working on myself. It means that I have the guts to look back at my life and to understand it, to understand my own actions. Like, how did I end up in some of these shitty places, right? Shitty people type of energy. People who put daggers in my back. What was my part in it? And sometimes I feel like in the Ten of Swords, it just means that I may have stayed too long, right? Maybe I didn't have mercy on myself. I didn't have mercy on my soul. Um, you know, so the Ten of Swords is the energy of, again, someone putting dagger after dagger after dagger in your back. I know that's not what you want. I know that. And I feel like that's why the hangman is really putting a little bit of a pause on the action, let's say. But then, hello, magician, the manifester. This reading is very similar to Sagittarius's reading, though completely different decks. So some of you may be connected to Sagittarius, especially with all of this fire out. But, not everyone, and I know that. So this is the manifester, but by the way, it's coming over the Six of Cups, so I feel like this is someone else wanting to manifest you. This is someone else maybe who's been watching your career. Maybe they've just been watching your life. And again, I don't mean that in a creepy way, especially with social media these days, right? Like many of us put so much on our social media where people can really know where we're at. Some of you, you may have ended a cycle within that Ten of Swords, and that's a good thing, right? And maybe you're letting it be known. And for someone that's like, okay, well, that's the perfect opportunity now for me to come in. Maybe I don't want, maybe this is talking about like a marriage or a prior commitment, and someone's like, well, I don't want to come in when they're already with someone. But then I have a feeling like maybe you make that announcement. I feel like someone's trying to manifest you. Not trying. Well, yeah, trying. But I feel like they're putting action. They're going to put action behind their words. And again, what's between the Knight and the Six of Cups is the Two of Cups. And the Magician. What did we see under that Ace of Wands? The Fool. Well, who's the Fool's really, I feel like, greatest teacher or first mentor in the Fool's next journey? The Magician. The first person the Fool meets. And the magician's job, whether it be spiritually, the magician's job is to teach the fool that during this next journey, this next path, accepting all these aces, you have all the tools that you need to really be successful. I feel like this Ten of Swords is like the energy that needs to go. And I feel like it's the energy you want to go. And I do feel like it's past energy. For some of you, it may be energy you're just clearing. But again, I feel like it's because they know that the timing is right. Whether they're just trusting their intuition, whether their own spirit guides are giving them like epiphanies, like, let's go, or, signs, sun, everywhere, sun. Right, let's keep going. Jeez, oh man. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, a house of harmony, house of love, laughter, joy. I love that it's sitting next to the Six of Cups because that is also playfulness. I feel like whoever this person is, it's like I feel like the two of you bring out each other's inner child. Like I feel like this is a type of relationship where I do feel like there's passion, no doubt. But I feel the energy of just being able to be me and they them. Ten of Cups. I often feel like we need to stop worrying about where something's going to end up in, and we got to start learning to enjoy the journey, right? Each and every moment of it, because that's where a lot of the magic happens. And the magician is like magical type energy in the upright, and again, I feel like this magician is very important in these soulmates' life because he's helping to bring them together. Maybe even working on your career, and maybe love has not been a big factor. And maybe you were okay. You're like, hey, I'm okay with that. But then, I do feel like love is going to enter, and I do feel like it is meant to be. Again, it doesn't mean it has to be. Three of Wands, but it's going to be. The Three of Wands is an optimistic view of my future. It's really an optimistic view of my present moment moving forward. This is where I'm enjoying each moment. I'm not so worried about where it's going to end up. And I feel like as we move along, we just kind of already know that, especially coming over the wheel, and the Ten of Cups right there. Person in the Three of Wands is saying to themselves, I know my ships are going to come in, and I just got to trust in divine timing. This all feels like divine timing. Well, look at this. The Nine of Swords, which came in reverse. And then your major arcana. Is this meant for you? Well, it's certainly showing you that. So, how interesting that the Nine of Swords comes in reverse. In the upright, this is like extreme worry. This is probably where I would say no if it was in the upright, because I'm just too fearful to take a chance. But I do feel like a lot of you, because you've cleared these daggers that were in your back, you understand them more. Like, and some of those daggers, it's like, I gave them too much weight, too much, I allowed them to hold me back too much, because I'm fearful that another dagger would come. Well, you do have to be careful of that, right? Because if I just keep thinking, well, another dagger is going to come, the magician is going to say, okay, well, I got to match the vibration you're putting out there. But it came in reverse. So it's like you're allowing these swords to drop out over the Nine of Cups, and then your major arcana right next to it. Wow. I have to say, I've been getting some really beautiful readings for October, but I feel like it's time. I feel like, the eclipses and all the like retrogrades and everything, I feel like it's put a lot of us in like difficult energy. Like I've had like almost all of my electronics break down. My TV is next. You know what I mean? My phone, I have to keep it plugged in, otherwise it dies. It's just, I feel like one thing after another. But I feel the change in the energy. I feel it lifting. I feel like things are starting to come together. If we go way back to January's readings, which, you know what, maybe you should go back to your January reading. One of the things, and by the way, I did do a yearly reading for each sign, so that may be something you want to look into. But otherwise, what I'm trying to say is, I said way back in January that I felt that this was the year that a lot of soulmates were going to come together. It's a very spiritual year. And listen, sometimes it takes us the majority of the year to figure this all out, but that's okay. That's okay, because think about next year. Next year is going to be a universal 8. That means new beginnings. So here is the energy that's coming in that will be allowing that new beginning, if we allow it. Capricorn, this is one of my favorite readings so far this month. Um, I'm just trying to think, is there anything I want to clarify? Because I feel like it's so clear. Let's just look at the Hangman. And again, I feel like the Hangman's energy is temporary. I just feel like it's just a little pause in the action. It's like, whoa, why? Because I didn't expect this. Like, whoa. And by the way, I need to say this can be reversed. This can be you. You making some decisions, you understanding that there is a soulmate, someone you feel is a soulmate, and maybe you feel now is the time to reach out. Don't forget, it can be either or. Seven of Pentacles. Well, there's your tree of seeds. There, when I see the Seven of Pentacles, there's a couple different messages within the Seven of Pentacles. First of all, it's patience. It's allowing your seeds to come to full fruition. I don't feel like all seeds come at the same time. One comes here, one comes here, they come they come to you when you're ready for them to come to you. So to me, this is energy that's meant to be, but it's also a reminder that like I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, it's your garden. And it's up to you to nurture that garden. And if you're able to nurture that garden, well, then I feel like there's no problem with this Ten of Cups. Like, there's no problem with us going to this Ten of Cups. And for some of you, I do feel like eventually it may even be marriage. Now, it doesn't have to be marriage, and I say that because I'm not married, but I'm in love. You know what I mean? I don't have to be married, but I'm older. I'm not going to have children. Doesn't mean that we won't ever get married. But it's not a necessity. But the commitment is a necessity. Everyone in the Four of Wands, they want to be there. That Four of Wands is followed by the soulmates. I mean, come on. The soulmates is over the Ace of Swords, communication, but also touching the Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. It's like it's being answered within the Nine of Cups because that Nine of Cups is inner fulfillment. It's almost like someone just has this ability. And listen, again, maybe you don't know it until you start to move into it, but I feel like it's the energy of being able to see and feel each other's souls. It's a different relationship, probably than any other relationship you've had. Even if in a way, I don't feel like you were in a relationship with someone, but this can signify again someone that you already know. So we don't want to like leave that off the table. That's a potential, but I don't feel like that's the only potential. All right. What else do I want to look at? Really nothing, but let's look at the Ten of Swords. Even though instead of that, because I already know what the Ten of Swords is, and I feel like you do too. I feel like I just want to go right across the middle, and just allow whatever messages that have not come out yet to come out now. Then in big long. Three of Pentacles, King of Swords. So now we have the King of Swords matching the Queen of Swords. So some of you, it's very clearly that it's like-minded energy. I feel like when the King of Swords comes in the upright, this is a king who, listen, as a page, I probably had to work on my communication. That's part of my life's lesson is to like learn how to communicate. But as a king, I feel like I've learned that. And King just feels like the right person to come out right now because, again, I do feel like it starts with communication. King of Swords, by the way, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but beyond that, doesn't have to be. Some of you, I mean, again, it's right next to the Three of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles right above it. So I feel like for some of you, there is like admiration for what you do. All right, let's do one more roundabout, see what wants to come out. One more. I'm thinking like your title, like this is my favorite reading for you in probably years, but um, I don't know. We'll see. The title comes to me as I'm uploading the video. It's like it just comes to me. Well, hello. All right, something went flying. Six of Cups again. Someone that I used to know. This is happy memories. Three of Cups. This tells you it's a reason to celebrate. It's interesting because I feel like for someone out there, it's like you had three sisters or you're part of, you have two sisters. There's three of you all together. And I feel like, because when I see the Three of Cups, I often feel like, who am I celebrating with? My closest people. My closest people. But this is the energy of joy. King of Wands, now matching the Queen of Wands. King of Action. Well, hello, lovers. Coming under the King of Swords, so it can be a Gemini for some of you. The Lovers is a head over heart decision, but it's chemistry, baby. And it's interesting because in this image, I just said this in Sagittarius is a reading too, because they got four lovers. It's like this person is almost like the king is almost in spirit form. This queen, she's feeling it. I mean, she's feeling that passion. Could be someone you fantasize about. The Tower. And then the Eight of Wands. Tower. Interesting that the Tower would come out now, right? However, let's talk about the Tower. Because sometimes the Tower is universal energy. Sometimes the Tower comes up because it's moving you into the next chapter where maybe you were a little afraid or resisted that next chapter. So the Tower can end the existing things that need to go so that you can fully enjoy this. And then you have the Eight of Wands. So this may be very fast moving energy. And again, we're approaching the end of 2023. So it makes sense that it would be fast moving. It's also the energy of what I think about, I bring about. New beginnings after the Tower. It's interesting. It's like the person in the Lovers, I feel like it's like this queen has suffered the Tower. And I feel like energetically, this other lover knows that. Now, maybe it's just on a spiritual level, but I feel like they've been with you like in a spiritual sense, all along. Maybe that's why they know the perfect time to enter your life. I want to look at, and by the way, this can also talk about past life lovers. Maybe in a past life, the two of you did suffer the Tower. Someone did fall from grace. And in this lifetime, you're trying to correct it, trying to bring the lovers back to balance. All right, I'm going to go right under the Tower, though. I want to say I don't like to leave on a negative note, but I actually don't feel like it's a negative note. Five of Cups. Interesting. Five of Cups. Whether this be you or this is them. First of all, let's talk about the meaning of the Five of Cups. It tells you to look at, or it asks you to look at where your focus is at. Five is asking for change. When I'm focusing on potentially this Tower, right, on all that I have lost, kind of get stuck in that energy. That would make sense that the Hangman be there, right? I have a feeling, this can be your energy, but I have a feeling it's their energy. It's almost like someone who is missing you, even if they don't know you. When this person decides to no longer allow the previous towers to have any effect in my present or my future. Listen, I'm going to take the wisdom of it, but I'm not going to take the pain or the anger or the sadness of it. What did they find when they make that change? Two cups. Here they are. And then the Knight of Wands. The Magician is helping someone, if not both of you, even if it's subconsciously, manifest each other. And I feel like the passion just flies. Not just the passion, but the love. Why? Because I feel like this is probably different than anything you've experienced before. Even if you've experienced them before, you know, their purpose could have been just to open up that heart chakra way back when, but it doesn't mean, sometimes, we meet someone just like my story, and I hate to keep talking about it, but I feel like, it's important because, and I think Sam and we were together at a younger age, 15 and 16. And then we broke up and went our separate ways and lived our separate lives. Both got married, both had different relationships, not married to each other, married to other people, both got divorces, all that. And then one day out of the blue, and I have to say it was a very difficult day for me, my phone rings and it was Sam. And everything changed from that moment on. Doesn't mean we instantly got together, but we talked every single day for hours and hours. I mean, he would even call me when I was at work, and I would say, you can't keep calling me at work, even though I wanted to talk to him, but it was just that energy where we couldn't get enough of each other. But it did take years before we came into physical union, which we now are. Now, I use that example because some people say, why do you talk about past love, Sandy? Well, because I know that it can happen. I live it. And I'm kind of feeling that. Now, I'm not saying that everybody here has been in a relationship with whoever this may be, but some of you, yes. This Knight of Wands, again, it is fast moving energy, but it's passionate. And normally you see this knight like coming in so quickly that he has to like put on the brakes because he's about to hit a wall. Not in this knight, though. This knight doesn't feel like there's any wall in front of him. So, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys, but I'm going to read Mother Mary. Mercy. Interesting that the last two readings got the same card for Mother Mary. This card asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself or others, and to consciously speak in loving and empowering ways. The higher energy generated by positive words will insulate you from negativity. Ten of Swords. This is the true meaning of judge not, lest ye be judged. Amen. Wow. Definitely one of my favorite readings. It feels so clear to me. It just feels like it just flowed out of me. Um, and I know it's going to mean different things for different people. Understand that. But, and if you're like confused, like, well, where am I at? You know, I feel like if you don't know where you're at in this reading, then maybe this one wasn't yours. You know what I mean? Or maybe there were just certain messages in here for you. Sometimes we're still in that Ten of Swords. And this can be a message that when I'm able to like end this pattern, then things start flowing again. We have to remember that much of the time the ball is put in our court. And it's up to us what we're going to do with that. Like the Seven of Pentacles, it's our garden. If we nurture it, it's going to flourish. If we ignore it, it's going to dry up and die. What do you want? All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Again, I'm going to go live sometime next week. I just have to look at Sam's doctor's appointments to know the best day. I'm thinking Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling Wednesday for some reason. Um, so just know that. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys. Um, I just want you to know that I know that I couldn't be on YouTube without you guys. So I have so much gratitude and so much love for you all. And I feel the love that you return to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you next time at our table, guys. Bye bye. Gonna take me a minute now. I have to get rid of that ring. Love you.